use the microphone. Right, last time I was here, I did a vignette which was called Theft Number 2. And as you guessed, there's the Theft Number 1. So that's going to be my vignette for tonight. All my stories are true, by the way. And I don't speak very well because I've lost a tooth. So my voice isn't my usual voice. Theft Number 1. The first time I went to the York Minster, known as the French, in Dean Street, Soho, was with Seema Malian Ariel, the Canadian friend I had gone to Spain with, hitching through France and thence into Spain at the Basque border in a private French ambulance with the siren on. We were not out to pick up men, but two guys began to chat us up as we must have stood out not being regulars. One introduced himself as BB, alias Brian the burglar, and the other a sculptor. BB wanted to accompany us back to my Lancaster Gate flat, but had no car. He inveigled his pint-sized older friend at the bar, a bloke with a navy Greek sailor's hat and sideburns, who was propping up the bar, drinking a quarter bottle of champagne, to drive us. The man was rude, abrupt and disinterested. His name was Maurice Sumray, from the East End of London, and an artist. But Maurice had a car, so we piled in and I sat next to him in the front. The other bloke vanished, and BB turned his attention to voluptuous, large-breasted, mini-skirted Seema. Somehow it transpired Seema's Israeli lover, Akiva, turned out to be Maurice's property partner. How that came up, God knows, but it broke the ice for us Fab Four, and we went back to my place for coffee, with Maurice appearing to be less grumpy and slightly more sociable. I lived at 19 Craven Hill, London, W2, in a yellow-painted traditional flat owned by an elderly lady architect who had lived in Paris. She lived on the first floor and I on the second, up a private flight of steep stairs. Once in my flat, as I was making coffee, BB commented that my Yale lock was easy to bust and suggested there and then knocking nails in so a burglar could not slide a credit card down between the doorpost and the lock to get in. Bang, bang. My landlady rushed upstairs to complain about the noise as it was after 11 o'clock. Was BB trying to help me or himself? Our friendship flourished and Maurice Sumray, a known Soho character, became my close friend until I went to South America in 1970 when he befriended my best friend Helga, who took over my flat. Not long after the coffee encounter, Seema phoned in tears to tell me her flat in Swiss Cottage had been burgled and her gramophone and TV gone. After that episode, I ran into BB on a Sunday at the Hampstead Art Fair, and he commented on my camera. I shared my lovely flat with Helga, who at the time was working at night for Reuters as a journalist after her job had finished at François. I had a guest that Monday evening and did not go into my bedroom after working as a travel agent at Global Tours on Oxford Street to remove my jacket as per normal. Instead, I joined my guest in the lounge. After she left, when I went to my bedroom, I found it had been ransacked, as had Helga's. All her drawers had been pulled out and her camera stolen. My camera had gone too, but tragically an inherited square engraved silver snuff box cum locket on a silver chain given to my mother by her brother Louis when he returned from North Africa in World War I, a treasured heirloom. Gone, stolen. Worse was a gold, diamond and emerald little finger ring given to my mother on her 18th birthday from her mother. The box was still there, with a note in my mother's handwriting that she had given it to me on my 18th. Gone, stolen. My record player had gone, and 2 decorative ethnic wooden masks taken off my wall of no value whatsoever. I immediately suspected B.B., Brian Law of Muswell Hill, Morris's friend and neighbour. I called Morris and told him B.B. had done me. He commented B.B. did not burgle his friends. I rang the police. Because I gave the name and the area where B.B. lived, the officer laughingly asked me if I'd had a row with my boyfriend. Morris rang back to say he'd spoken to B.B., who swore he'd not done the job. I spoke to my landlord, as the theft had happened the 1 week her housekeeper had gone on holiday. She told me a young man had somehow got into the building and knocked on her door, asking for me by name, to which she replied I was at work. He said he would check anyway and ran up the stairs to my flat like a cat. She described him as tall and medium build, but light on his feet. Sometime later, my new flatmate, Comrade Liverbird, Patsy Barnes Ward, ex-wife of the journalist Chris Ward, told me she had kept in touch with a fellow Liverpudlian, Jess Whitfield, a dancer who'd become a professional burglar. Could he have been my cat burglar? Years later, B.B., out of prison after 5 years for robbing a post office, came up to me in the French one evening, accosting me saying, "I didn't do it, Jilly, honest." So now I wonder who did me.